What up, though? What up, though? And back with another video. Pray all is well with everybody, man. Sorry I ain't really been uploading like that, man. But anyways, yesterday, me and the homies, we was talking about music, hip hop. So I was asked, like, what is my top 5 hip hop groups? Now this was a battle because I've never really been asked like what my top 5 hip hop groups were. It's always like who is in your top 5, who is in your top 10, or who is your favorite group. Like it's never been a top 5. So it was kind of a struggle. So this is what I said: Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, True, The Dogg Pound, Dipset, and what was that last one? 8Ball and MJG. So I was thinking about it this morning on my way to work as I was riding. I was like, yo, cause I ain't gonna lie. In the midst of it all yesterday, like I was kind of like, I didn't want to say the wrong group and have people looking at me like, But as I always stated in my previous hip hop music videos, bro, it don't matter. Who you rock with is who you rock with. So, man, I was really, thinking about that, bro. Well, you already know True, which consists of Master P, C Murder, and Silk the Shocker. They for sure in there. They are for sure in there. So I'm going to say True. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony is definitely in there. I'm going to say definitely Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. True and Bone Thugs-n-Harmony is definitely in there. And I'm going to keep the Dogg Pound. 8Ball and MJG, that honestly didn't come till probably like within the last few years. So I can't say that. Because a lot of the cats that was in on this conversation was going off really who they grew up on. I grew up on No Limits, so True was in that. I definitely grew up on both of these. Is cats that was running. These is dogs that was running the 90s, bro. So, and the Dogg Pound, y'all know I was West Coast out because the West Coast had the game on lock. So it's like I gotta keep the Dogg Pound in there. True and the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony are not going nowhere. So that's 3. Y'all know I love the 2000s, like, heavy. I love the early 2000s, the whole crunk scene, everything about it. So it's like, I wanted to go that route with it. I said this to somebody. Somebody was like, nah, man. I'm like, you know what, but this is how I feel. Not this group that I'm going to say. I'm going to say this group for last, but I'm throwing Dipset in there. Dipset, yes, the set gotta be in there. They was a major part of my upcoming. And, we got Harlem Diary of a Summer in my top 10. From Me to You, that Okay by Jewel, that was my shit growing up. Certified Gangsters. Dipset had classics, bro. And Cameron is definitely in my top 15. Cameron is in there. My top 15 for sure. Dipset had a good run, bro. And I was like Dipset, I was set it out, bro. I'm gonna throw Dipset in there. So you got True, Bone Thugs, no order. True, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, Dipset, and the Dogg Pound. Now I was thinking about this. My last group, I'm gonna leave this for an honorable mention. But for my 5th group, because I heard one of the homies say this, the Outlaws. I'm gonna throw the Outlaws in there. And rest in peace to Young Noble too, man. He just passed away last week. Rest in peace to Young Noble, R.I.P. I'm gonna throw the Outlaws in there. Got to. The Outlaws, yes. Because I was Tupac'd out. My parents accepted. They didn't want me listening to rap, but Pac, they accepted Pac. They was like, hey, he he could listen to Pac because of what he stood for, what he was representing, who he was. Pac was good people. My parents didn't care. They supported that. They ain't want me on all that other, but they accepted it eventually because they knew I loved music. But Pac, yeah, the Outlaws for sure. Major part of my coming up, my upcoming. You know what I'm saying? So I got, like I said, no order. Well, True is number one for sure. So I got True, Bone Thugs, the Outlaws, Dipset, and the Dog Pound. That's my top 5 hip hop groups. Honorable mentions, bro. I was really a huge fan of Crime Mob. That first album was a banger. That was a classic. And it's like I wish we could have got more of them. I know they all had their issues. Then some of them passed away and left the group. Like, I know they had a lot going on, man. I wish we could have got more of them. But yeah, bro, I was really crime mobbed out, dog. The early 2000s, that was my era. And one of my boys said PSC. PSC is early 2000s. So, I liked it that. Because that's different. You don't hear people say PSC. So I felt like it was different for me to say Crime Mob, and people gonna disagree, but that's me. This is who I rock with. And another honorable mention, because I cannot leave my city out, I gotta throw somebody in there for my city, man. Doughboys Cash Out. Doughboys Cash Out rich niggas, man. They gotta be in there. So that's my top 5 of me coming up and my honorable mentions, bro. My honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony, True, the Outlaws, Dipset, Dog Pound, Crime Mob, and Doughboys Cash Out rich niggas, man. And that's where I'm at with it. Like, because I was thinking hard, because it was kind of like peer pressure. I'm like, man, I don't want to say that, because I'm tired of people with these conversations. People get mad for who you got or who you don't got. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I ain't trying to say the wrong thing. But yeah, man. And it was some older cats in on the conversation, and they was saying like they shit. Eric B, Rakim, NWA, X Clan. I ain't expect nobody to say X Clan. That threw me off. You know what I'm saying? EPMD, them cats. All the older cats were saying like a lot of '80s groups. And somebody was like, I'm shocked nobody said it. I'm like, I didn't grow up on it. My boy was like, I'm shocked nobody said NWA as far as us. I'm like, I didn't grow up on NWA. I did not grow up on NWA. I honestly didn't really start rocking with NWA until the movie. I knew their music. I knew who they was, but I just didn't, it wasn't like a group that I was like, yo, I gotta, I wasn't like that. I ain't get really rocking with them, like I said, till the movie came out. And then, later on down the line, like 2018, bro, like that, because that's when I started back collecting music. And that's when I just, like, yo, I fuck with these cats. But I didn't grow up on them. And that's why I had to take 8Ball and MJG out, because they came later. They came later for me. Like, I was going off of who I grew up with, who I really, really, like, rocked with. I was No Limit, to the fullest. And Bone Thugs and Harmony was there. My auntie, she brought me that 2000 album, Bone Thugs, BTNH Resurrection. She brought me that for my birthday. That meant a lot to me. And The Art of War, that cover stood out to me, and I just I was looking in the book. I used to do that. I used to look in the book list, read the book, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They artwork caught my attention. I really loved that. And of course, at the time, like, when I was a kid, I didn't know no better, but Eternal, that artwork caught my attention, and that was a classic album. We took a family trip to was it Cedar Point or Six Flags? It was one of the two. My mom, my stepfather, my brother, and my sister. Or was it just me and my brother at the time? Whatever it was, we took a family trip, and my stepfather, he played that album the whole ride there and back. That was one of the albums he played. And you know, that just was like a moment I will never forget, bro. And that album was a part of that, and I fell in love with that album. You know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs-n-Harmony was like a major part of the 90s, bro. And still doing their thing in the early 2000s a little bit, you know. But yeah, man. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony for sure. And then, like I said again, the West Coast was running things. My boy DER, man, he was heavy into the West Coast. And a lot of the times he was bumping the Dog Pound. He had like all the records, all the Dog Pound shit, the Daz, you know, he had the Dog Food, Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a huge fan of Daz, bro. I just liked it how he flowed, how he kept it gangster, how he kept it crip. I just love that. You know what I'm saying? I love how, bro, Corrupt is Corrupt don't get his props, bro. And I was telling them niggas like Corrupt is cold, bro. Corrupt is spit. He's fired. So the Dog Pound, man, I just rock with them so much, dog. The Dipset, like I said, they had their run, you know, and the Outlaws was a major part of my coming up, bro. Like I had the whole Pac collection. You know what I'm saying? And the Outlaws, the Still I Rise album, you know, that was Pac's dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I got Outlaw tatted on me. I got Pac tatted on my shoulder. I got Outlaw tatted, bro. I'm like, man, it's only right. They in my top 5, bro. Like I said, man, I was a huge fan of the early 2000s, man. Crime Mob, I don't care what nobody say. Crime Mob is there as an honorable mention. Doughboys Cash Out, I can't leave my city out. And then, like, I know a lot of people from the city gonna be like, you ain't the Street Lords. I didn't get hip to the Street Lords till like later. You know what I'm saying? But Doughboys Cash Out was my era. And man, I ain't even got to discuss. You already know, man. And for those that hate, hey, it is what it is. This is my list. But Doughboys Cash Out for sure, man. But yeah, man, like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Sorry I ain't been on with the content, man, but I love y'all. Shout out to the new follower I got. Shout out to all the viewers. Everybody keep rocking with me. I got y'all, though, man. I love y'all. Pray all is well with everybody. Have a blessed day, and I love y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This ain't dog, still the biggest dog of them all, the dog of all dogs, and the dog is out.